you're worth. Now go out and get what you're worth.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Welcome to the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? It's proclaimed the greatest radio show. Cella and Johnny parlay with the facts. So relax, grab a drink, then let's kick back.
Welcome back, fans, to another episode of The Spread. I am your host, Jim Cella. I'm in studio tonight with JDash and our special guest, Big Easy. How you feeling, Easy?
I'm feeling good, man. Studio is looking fresh.
Believe it. How you feeling, Dash?
I'm just ready to do this.
Just ready to get done, huh?
Yep.
You don't even want to be here tonight.
I want to go home.
You hate your life.
I hate it.
Well, you know who kind of hates their life? The Steelers defense, because they're playing like garbage lately, even though we pulled this victory out against Houston.
Hey, at least they caused some turnovers, right?
I mean, there's a first time for everything. The Steelers are 7-3 in their last 10 games, so I don't think all hope is lost. And as Steeler fans, we're so used to such excellence for so long that even the littlest drop in play, seems extreme. So I don't know if people are just overreacting to the Steelers not winning big, or do we have something good here with they just suck?
Well, you're saying they're 4-3, so don't be too worried about it. Only a game back in the division, so yeah, it doesn't look too bad. But they played crappy teams, and they barely beat them. They lost to a couple of them. They barely beat Houston, really. I guess they were up 14, but then Houston comes back and scores, and then they almost recover that crazy onside kick.
The onside kick was rolling. They would have covered that kick. They would have been in position.
So if you barely win the Super Bowl, does that still count as a win, though, right?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, well then we just need to barely get there, hopefully, right?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. And this week, talking about defense, how they're playing like crap, yeah, they did have those turnovers, but this week they got stiff competition.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's the right word. The Colts are 5-2 this year.
Why, you're not talking about Carrie Underwood?
Maybe Taylor Swift.
That's Sunday night.
The Colts are 5 Sunday night. Who is it Sunday night? Carrie Underwood?
Yeah, it's her on Sunday night. It's not.
I don't know who all these girls look the same to me.
Carrie Underwood's gonna be in Pittsburgh at 4:25 to sing live.
Well, is she gonna be at our house or at the Spread Studios?
Yeah, she's definitely.
Why didn't we book her? Dash, you're the
Studios.
producer. You're supposed to book these acts when they come to town.
She's booked. You didn't look?
That's why he got a headache because
he's stressed
spent
out.
3 hours trying to book Carrie Underwood on the spread.
Get back to this game. Indy's
Colts.
5-2. They're on a
5-2.
5-game winning streak.
Yeah,
they're one of the most well-rounded teams in the league, offensively and defensively. They're first in passing and 12th in rushing coming into this week. And last week, they shut out a very good Cincinnati team.
Yeah, the Colts are the first team this season to record 2 games of 500-plus yards. They got 506 in their 27-0 victory over Cincinnati. Their 5-game win streak is their longest since winning an NFL record 23 straight in the regular season, dating from November 2nd, 2008 to December 17th, 2009. I forgot that they won that many regular season games.
And they have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, in Andrew Luck.
He's thrown for 300-plus yards in 5 consecutive games, tying Manning for the longest streak in club history. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they're on a roll right now. That's why they're going to be looking past the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday.
Maybe.
Let's hope so. He was only sacked 11 times. And the one thing that they do is turn the ball over. They have 13 turnovers, which is 4th most in the league. So Andrew Luck will throw a pick. And I have seen with my own eyes both Ahmad Bradshaw and Trent Richardson put the ball on the ground.
The question is, will our defensive backs catch the interception that Luck throws? Because we all know they're not the best at that.
Is Ike Taylor playing?
Not yet.
Well, then you got a little bit better of a chance.
The Steelers, they're coming off you want to call it a slightly impressive 30-23 win? Maybe a 3 minutes that they were actually
I don't call
impressive.
it impressive at all.
I'm not too sold on this team. They really didn't score 6 points outside of that 3-minute window.
It was 9, I think. 9 points.
Well, if they scored
Correct.
24 points in 3 minutes and they only scored 30
Oh,
total.
okay, yes, correct then.
All right.
I was just
You're all right.
thinking
You got too much headache medicine. Can't
Yeah.
think straight.
the head of medicine.
The head of medicine. What did you call it? Acetaminophen?
Acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. That's a good new medicine. The Steelers they don't look impressive to me. They don't. They're 3-2 in their last 5 matchups against the Colts, but I don't think that matters because I'm pretty sure none of them were with luck. Have we ever played against them with luck?
The last time we played them was in 2011, so no.
No. That was the
Definitely
year
not.
that Manning wasn't there, but they didn't have luck yet.
Yeah, this defense has their hands full this week. Yes, Reggie Wayne is out.
Yeah.
He's not going to play, but T.Y. Hilton is one of the best receivers in football. I came into this season having questions if he could be consistent, but this guy is getting it done every week. He is third in the league in yards for receivers with 711, and their tight ends have been getting it done. Between Fleener and Dwayne Allen, they have 8 TDs combined.
That's pretty good for the tight ends, considering we don't even have 8 TDs combined from our wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs.
That's what scares me. What scares me is the tight end matchup because it just seems like we're so vulnerable just letting the big goofy dude run right down the middle of the field and no one's on him.
Nobody.
Good for 30, 35 yards a couple times during the game.
Cameron
I can already see it. I can already see these dudes running down the middle of the field catching a pass. That's why I say when I watch the games, I wonder how it happens. Because you're going to know one of these dudes is going to be down the middle.
Yeah,
Fleener or Allen.
Yeah, they're both probably going to get open over the middle, make a few catches, and then they're going to zone in on these tight ends, and then we're going to forget about Ahmad Bradshaw out of the backfield, who has 6 touchdowns receiving and 1 rushing this year.
Who is it? Shazier?
Yeah, Shazier may be back this week. He's probably.
He might bring it. So what? Maybe he's healthy and he comes back like really pumped up and just starts running them down. At least maybe not tackling them, but getting a body on him to slow him down.
Running wild, brother.
Ooh, yeah,
brother. How's that cocktail tasting back there? Easy.
What do you think?
I think Shazier can be a big impact on this game. He definitely showed in those first couple games that he actually got to play, that he learned the defense quicker than most people thought, and his athleticism allows for him to make a couple mistakes. You know, he can make up for it just by sheer speed.
Was some criticism though that like he's just not big enough yet or something?
I mean, he'll get there, dude. It's his first year. He's only played a few games.
If you could just disrupt, we just need to disrupt an offense.
Yeah.
The defense needs to disrupt the offense, however, in whatever fashion.
Well, if the Steelers come out and have a good defensive game against this offense, it could set a tone for the rest of the season, and
it could continue. Keep
my
rolling.
hopes would definitely rise after this week.
Yeah,
if
you can pull out a victory in this game, if you can get the defense to get some takeaways. The Steelers only have 64 takeaways since the start of 2011. That's the fewest in the NFL in that time frame. They need to get takeaways. That's why we used to dominate games. We gave the offense a short field.
That's why we won the Houston game.
Yeah. And it's why we've won Super Bowls in the past.
And Ben Roethlisberger's passed to Brian.
But let's say this defense does step up and holds them, 24 points or something, let's say.
Then Big Ben and the offense has to get their bleep together and put the ball in the end zone.
And
That's what has
defense
to
is no slouch either.
Yeah, you're right.
They have 20 sacks during this 5-game winning streak.
Yeah, they're only giving up a shade over 19 points a game, I think.
And the thing that scares me is they're limiting opponents to a league best 26% on third downs.
Yeah, and the Steelers are only 38 and 95 all year on third down, so that's just
they're one of
bad
the
news
worst
for the
in the
Steelers.
league.
40%, not very good.
You know what I could see happening? Another little like a toss sweep to AB, and he comes around the side and just lets one go, dude, to Le'Veon on the other side of the field.
AB
down. Yeah.
In the red zone at the 2-yard line.
Well, you were hollering about the trickeration.
They need more trick plays.
They need more trick play. You can call them trick plays, but it's just something different. You need to do something different.
Not in the red zone though, man. You do.
No, that was a great play call.
I like it too.
See, I disagree. It might have worked.
If they tried it 4 times earlier this season, it would have been a bad call.
In the red zone, by now.
That's Todd Haley's first trick play in 3 years. They did not see it coming.
Now you have to do
Todd
things. Haley's
Haley's entire offense is a trick play. Terrible.
Why do I watch every other football game when the team's in the red zone? Their tight ends wide open. Just someone play action wide open.
They just run out, turn
Every other
around,
team.
quarterback hits them with the ball.
Every other team is
Not us.
wide open in the end zone. How can we not get wide open in the end zone if every other team is?
Bad play calling.
Yeah.
And J.J. Watt's catching touchdowns. We can't even hit Heath Miller in the end zone. I don't get it.
Well,
play
Martavius
calling.
Bryant's the only other wide receiver other than Antonio Brown to catch a touchdown. Am I right?
I believe so.
No, Lance Moore caught one last
Lance
week
Moore
too.
has
So
two.
Bryant and Moore.
Yeah,
I
who
wanna
would have
s-
thought Moore would have most of the touchdowns out of the receiving core outside of Antonio Brown?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Brown's leading the AFC, maybe the whole entire NFL in yards. He has 719.
Yeah, he is first for receivers.
Yeah, Big Ben's throwing the ball well. He's completing a lot of passes. I guess a good amount of yards. Le'Veon Bell's averaging 5.1 yards a carry. Blunt's averaging 5.0 yards a carry. But again, we're not putting the ball in the end zone. Bell has 1 rushing, 1 receiving.
Two stats, third down percentage and red zone percentage. When you combine those two together, you can have all the yards you want, but it's not going to matter.
That's it. And that's the Steelers' story this whole year. They move the ball between the 20s. They get to the red zone. They don't know what to bleep to do.
Obviously, we say it every week, Bell and Brown are two of the best players in the AFC, if not the whole NFL. And Bell comes into this week second in the league with 134 yards from scrimmage per game. And he's been doing it all season.
Yeah. Again, though, he's just not putting it in the end zone. He's putting up the fantasy points, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, they got to put him in position to get in the end zone, too, though.
Right. And that's
he's
Todd
not-
Haley. That's that play calling again. You get in the red zone, you start throwing wide receiver passes to other wide receivers. They should just be running the ball straight ahead.
We really don't need to even talk about Ben Roethlisberger because why even say anything about him? I mean,
Big Ben. He's awesome.
It's either gets done. We either win when he plays smart and the way he plays, or I mean, we've still seen him play smart and us lose
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, definitely.
But generally, when he plays his game, it's hard for any team to beat us.
Right.
But
The offense, it revolves around Big Ben. If he plays well, we usually win.
Well, I'm
I
telling
mean, you can say that a lot about any other quarterback, but it's different.
Good
it's
quarterback.
Specifically,
Good other
different with our
quarterbacks don't
football
play
game.
well. That's why you say it about these good quarterbacks, because they play well consistently enough.
he's going to have an excellent week this week because this Indy
Excellent.
defense
So-
is a lot better than everyone is thinking.
Oh, yeah,
They
they're-
play as a team.
Their defensive backs are good.
DeQuell Jackson has 52 tackles to lead the team. He has 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Yeah, they have LaRon Landry and Vontae Davis. Those are probably names you heard of. But look at this. Mike Adams, 2 interceptions. Greg Toller, 2 interceptions. Corey Redding, 3 sacks. Eric Walden, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. Bjorn Werner, 4 sacks. 6 different players have recovered fumbles. This is a team that is working together and getting the job done.
And look, did you want to notice something about those players you just named? Between Adams, Toller, Redding, Walden, and Werner, they have the same amount of sacks and more interceptions than the entire Steelers defense.
Exactly.
Just those players. So that tells you how dangerous Indianapolis' defense really is. So it's going to be tough for Steelers.
Yeah, who'd they play? Who'd they play so far? Jacksonville, Tennessee. I mean, we want to get into that conversation.
We played bad teams
yeah,
too. We should
played
have
those-
those numbers then.
Right. And
Yeah,
we
of
almost
course.
lost.
Well, that's why we've been 8-8 the last
And don't
2
forget,
years.
Indy shut out Cincinnati last week.
I hate you, Cincinnati. You're bogus.
Andy Dalton and his red
when
hair.
you said don't forget they shut out Cincinnati last week, that goes in one ear and out the other. I could care less. Cincinnati's garbage. I
They're
could care
not-
less. Friggin', I don't care.
You think
Cincinnati on the road's pathetic.
I don't care about Cincinnati.
Cincinnati at home, different
There's
team.
something wrong with them. For them to be like,
Jekyll and Hyde.
yeah, there's just
Good
I mean,
one day, terrible
Nothing
the
wrong
next.
with them, but I have no faith in them.
I
whatsoever.
wouldn't
If I was
talk
a
too
fan-
much smack on Cincy because we have to play them 2 times still.
and that's why we will go straight to the playoffs by beating them twice.
I hope you're right.
Hey, it is what it is.
But hey,
whatever.
listen, the Steelers are 4-3. Baltimore's leading the division at 5-2. So we're
still
only a
got-
game back the division.
We still got a game against Baltimore too, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we win that
game
game, that
against
evens it
Baltimore.
up. So I mean, we're really in good position to still try to win this division.
Yeah, there's time, and that's why this Colts matchup is so intriguing, because it's not a division opponent, so that helps, but It's an AFC opponent. Obviously, you want to win the game. You don't want to lose, but
Especially against
I think
a
Colts are
5-2
coming in
team.
for a letdown. I think Colts are coming in
I
for a letdown.
hope you're right, man. I hope they're looking ahead.
If there ain't 9,000 no-shows and there's a crowd there, maybe we'll win a football game.
I don't care how bad the Steelers are. I don't think any team in the NFL is going to look ahead of them. Just think that's an easy win. Who's next?
Oh,
I don't see.
Who do they play after us next week? Find that stat.
I don't think it matters, man. Do you really think teams come in and say, "Oh, the Steelers, easy breezy"?
I mean, maybe recently.
Maybe over the last, yeah.
They've
I
been
don't
garbage
see it.
recently.
You know what?
The Colts go to New York next week on Monday night.
to who? Giants.
Giants.
So they got extra time off and everything.
They got a long week off in between this game and the next game.
They are, yeah. They have a little week. They have a little week planned ahead of them. They're not even thinking about football this Sunday. They're thinking about having some time off and. You
I
love
don't know,
it.
man.
I hope you're
I
right,
love
man.
it,
But
yeah. I hope
Andrew
you're
Luck,
right, but I don't know.
by the
just
numbers, Andrew Luck, 2,331 yards, 19 touchdowns. It doesn't seem like he's looking ahead at all. It seems like he's
He's looking ahead of
taking
your
each
defense.
play. Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, to those no shows at Heinz Field.
Bleep you.
There's 3 of us here. I'll take your ticket. I'll take your ticket right off your hands right
Hit
now.
us up. Anybody who wants to be lazy and not go to the game, hit
Yeah,
us
you
up
don't
at bet_the spread.
You don't want to go to the football game. We'll take your tickets.
That's it. Hook us up, man. I got nothing better to do.
And I'll
So-
pass them out. I know 20 people that'll go to the game right now.
Quit being lazy. Go to the football game.
Go to the
It
game.
was
You have
Monday night.
You have a ticket. You're a season ticket holder. You have a ticket. Go to the game.
It's pathetic.
Show up or give it to someone who will. Because I go to the game and scream, and it helps.
It does.
Okay, so there's a possibility the Steelers are back in a playoff spot after this week. Do you think the Steelers are going to win? Give me your
Go ahead.
prediction right
Easy.
now.
You go first.
it
I'm
sounded
last.
W.
Yes, it sounded like a W
Yeah.
from him.
What do you think the score's
the
gonna be?
Colts? The Colts are overlooking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So what's the score? 31-0 Pittsburgh?
What's the score?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be tough. Probably.
It's not going to be a tight game. They're overlooking them, right? It's going to be a blowout.
All right, then. All right. Yeah, it's going to be a blowout. It'll be 35-31 Pittsburgh.
Oh.
That 35-31 blowout. Okay. What about you?
You're next, buddy. I'm last.
I'm next?
I'm the host.
I'm going to say Indy wins this by at least double digits.
Double digits, huh?
Yeah. 31-17.
I'm going to go out on a huge limb here. I think the Colts win this game by a field goal 41-38. I think it's going to be a shootout.
A huge limb saying by a
The
field
Steelers
Because
scoring
they should
38
get blown
points.
out.
goal. 38 points.
Yeah.
Have we put up 38
Well,
points yet? No.
Bradshaw's going to fumble the ball, and we're going to pick it up in our territory and score. That's 7.
Okay.
And then, so there's a 7 right there.
I better take him
Word.
out of my fantasy lineup.
Dree Archer's going to run a kickback for like 20, 35
He hasn't
yards.
even made it past the 25
There's
yard
gonna be
line
a-
once
well,
this
Hey,
year.
last
The
week
punter,
he had a kick
McAfee-
return for like
Ooh.
48 yards straight across the field.
Hey, that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to run like Forrest
Hey.
Gump and go the wrong way,
The
Forrest Gump made moves, though. He made it to
well, yeah, he
the
cut
zone.
it upfield.
the
He was smarter than
spreads
Dre Archer.
the spread's solid prediction for the Steeler game. McAfee will shank a punt,
McAfee's probably the best punter in the game.
and he's
so-
shanking one. He's gonna
I
shank.
mean,
He's gonna shank one.
that'd be nice.
He's either gonna shank one or Dree Archer's running one, taking one 40 yards and putting us into territory. Roethlisberger gonna get it done. So there's 14 right there.
There's the
I just
prediction.
I give you 14.
McAfee
else?
shakes a
Brown
punt,
with a
so
touchdown,
the Steelers have
21.
a field goal to end the game, and they lose 31-3.
Brown with a touchdown was 21. Give Bell a touchdown. That's 28.
Bell has 2
We need one
touchdowns
more
all year.
touchdown.
What makes you think he's going to get one this week?
Well, you can get one through
Because
the
he's
air.
leading the league. He's number 2 in the league.
In rushing yards, nobody said anything about touchdowns. I said
Scrimmage.
he has
Yard,
2 touchdowns.
yards from scrimmage.
That doesn't mean he
Yards
gets
from
in the end
So
zone.
now,
man.
it means he's due for a trip to the
I
end
hope.
zone.
He scored last
There's
week.
no hoping. This is what's going to happen. This is the spread. We don't deal with false realities. We bring facts.
The facts are the Steelers have a hard time getting the ball in the end zone.
They did it last week.
They did, and let's hope they can keep doing it.
Mike Tomlin, where you at? Can you coach a football team?
They did score last week, but they need to put the drives there because you can't trust your defense to give you short field position, meaning 2 yards to score a touchdown.
Yeah, the Steelers' defense don't get a lot of turnovers. The Colts don't miss a lot of opportunities to put points on the board. Their defense is playing good this year. It seems like bad news bears for the Steelers. So let's hope they can pick it up. They're at home. They're 2-1 at home this year. You know, Big Ben usually picks his game up when he has other big quarterbacks coming to town. So let's hope and pray Easy's right.
He don't want to look like a.
One of the few times that I hope I'm wrong.
He don't want to look like you on a football field.
You never. Hey, CJ Spiller broke his collarbone. He's out the rest of the year. I broke my collarbone. I was at work the next day. All right, so I don't want to hear it.
I don't think anybody was tackling you.
And for less pay.
And less pay. You're right. And you know what? Sometimes customers did tackle me because they needed napkins or straws or their order was bad. So it was scary. You never know what's going to happen in a restaurant. It's a scary life, folks.
So
Be
2
wary.
Steeler loot.
I got them losing by 3. Dash, you got them losing by like 100.
14.
And I'm going to just say they win because...
Easy, you got them winning. All right, so I
there's
hope
people
I'm
that
wrong.
listens to this that wants to hear someone say we're going to win the football game. That's
Hey,
why I'm here.
I'm here for real analysis, not to just be a yinzer, even though I usually am.
You're definitely a yin.
I didn't yins. I gave you exact reason why they would win that football game.
All right, man. Whatever you say, I hope you're right. I told you. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be right this week.
Yeah, we don't have. Put 20 on Colts if you're going to bet, though. Believe it.
There it is.
There it is.
Thanks, fans.
Spread.
Thank you, fans, for listening. You can follow us on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Check us out on Facebook. Check out our YouTube channel. Google the spread. Live the spread. Just do the spread and do you.
Method Man and Red Man, you killed it.
Believe
Do work.
It. Later.